Welcome to another podcast of the current situation at Manchester United. Hope you guys are enjoying your Monday morning, at least on my end so far. Um, let's just get into some stuff because I can't promise you guys this will be a short video podcast, so you guys should get a orange champagne. I know it's early in the morning to eat popcorns, but grab a popcorn because this is going to be a meaty yet feasty video. Um, the first piece of news is that it's reported that Jesse Lingard has been reportedly to be sold to Tottenham if Dele Alli leaves. Now, my thing is, it's basically trading apples with apples because Dele Alli and Jesse Lingard is the same type of midfielders. Like, if you remember how, hold on, I have to touch my face. If you remember how Jesse Lingard and Dele Alli play, they play similarly. There are players that play behind the number 10. There are players that spend time behind the number 9 and they run in the box when it's time to score. Like those are the types of players that score goals. I wouldn't say they're like a creative number 10. They just know how to use space to score goals. Basically, I would say they're just below top tier Thomas Muller, basically, because that's what Thomas Muller does at Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich has a player in Thomas Muller where he exploits pace, even though when he doesn't have the pace. But what he does, he has intelligence, uses space that's available to score goals. Now, last season we have seen a different side to Thomas Muller, creating space and not only creating space, but creating chances for the strikers to run in space to score those goals in the first place. Now back to Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard is a player that has been on form for almost 3 years at Manchester United. Jesse Lingard is a player that needs to leave Manchester United for his own good. Yes, we know that, I'm saying he has a background history with Manchester United. Yes, he's been through the academy since age 5, but he needs to stay alive with time now. His time is up now. Jesse Lingard hasn't scored over 5 goals in a season ever since that infamous season where he broke off. That was like in 2008, 17, 2018. That was the season where Jesse Lingard started coming into his zone as a player. Ever since, Jesse Lingard has not been that same player. So basically, you could say Jesse Lingard had a purple patch of form where he wanted to inform fans that, hey, I'm not this average player that was on the bench. I can actually do bits and pieces if you actually start me in the same place. You know what I'm saying? And people actually were convinced that this was a new Jesse Lingard that was being born again. And not bro, not time, bro. I'm preaching right now. Text is just coming in the morning, just like that. So anyway, Jesse Lingard to Tottenham is going to be a funny one because 2020 is a funny year. We've seen Luis Suarez be linked on the verge of signing with Atletico Madrid. So the football colloquial terms in 2020 is just an unfamiliar reality. That's that's just the truth. But back to Jesse Lingard. If Jesse Lingard well, he's not at Tottenham, but if he leaves Manchester United, which I believe he will leave unfortunately. My thing is that if he leaves, it's about time he leaves. Again, this is not nothing about against Jesse Lingard. It's just that he's not the type of player Manchester United need. We have a goal scoring midfielder in the name of Donny van de Beek. We don't need Jesse Lingard right now. He needs to leave for his own good. Play good football in a different place. Leave this space called Manchester United and go to a different phase of your career and spend your time with a new club there. That's where you need to stay. So that's the first piece of news that Jesse Lingard will go to Tottenham in a few. Although I don't think he will go to Tottenham, but I think he will leave Manchester United. Um, yes, Alex Telles is on the verge of signing for Manchester United after advanced talks. Yeah, Manchester United really need a left back. Not that Luke Shaw has been doing a bad job. It's just that we need, because again I told you guys, my man is injury prone. You know what I'm saying? So my man, so the likelihood of him staying fit during the season, it's like medium. It's not. He's just injury prone. He's just prone to getting injuries, whether it's a knock or something, or dead leg or something. Ever since that infamous, which was a really famous injury in 2015, that fall 2015 in Champions League against PSV, my man had a very, very, very deadly injury. It was very fatal injury. I think he could have lost his leg. But ever since, he's never been the same left back. He's been gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight. Left back, Luke Shaw is a decent left back, but we need to do better as Manchester United. So again, bring the thunder, Alex Tays. Bring the thunder. Um, Speaking of that, hold on, my computer is acting up, trying to stop me from talking about Manchester United. Um, I didn't know that Manchester United was going to play a game in the Carabao Cup tomorrow, so I'm going to do a preview on in this video podcast and just talk about this real quick. I was listening to the United stand by the host, which is their utmost, Mark Goldbridge, and he was basically saying that Manchester United need to start their strongest 11 in the first game against Luton. Yeah, we're going to be playing against Luton in the first round of the Carabao Cup tomorrow. Then most of the guys go say, you're not in no position to be talking about our Goldbridge. Who are you, nigger? Who are you, nigger? You should be talking about Mark Goldbridge being contradictory, being hypocritical. Who are you, nigger? Who are you, nigger? You're nobody. You're just a fan that doesn't know football. Who are you, nigger? Who are you to criticize Mark Goldbridge? Mark Goldbridge is the god of Manchester United fan opinion on YouTube. You guys are really a crap. But this is what Mark Goldbridge said. He said that Manchester United needs to start their strongest squad in the first round. Uh, but then he said a few minutes later, again I'm paraphrasing his words. Then he said he doesn't care if Manchester United wins the Carabao Cup or not. That's a contradiction. That's a contradiction. If you don't care to win the Carabao Cup, then why are you starting a strong 11? And then he said the reason why he wants to start a strong 11 is because the players are low on confidence and they need to get some form about themselves so that they can inform fans that they're still a very good team. And because of that regime, they can be on a routine of good form into the Premier League in this season. And that will give a lot of United fans a reason to believe in themselves this season. No, I would agree with that. But bro, we have a lot of players on the bench, whether they're like stingy players or average players or below average players or below tier players. These players need to be playing for Manchester United. Play Igalo tomorrow. Play James tomorrow. Start Greenwood tomorrow. Start play Lingard tomorrow. Yes, I believe that Rashford might start tomorrow because he didn't finish the season he should have. Because on finishing the season, his form diminished as well. Is because of his injury. But if he eventually plays out, he's going to pick up in form. So I believe that yeah, it's good to start him tomorrow in the Carabao Cup game. But do not start our first team starters, bro. This is just the start of the season. We don't want to be on a routine or a road call nowhere where we play our players and until December they're like burnt out. We don't need to be doing that. We have a squad. We have a squad. We need to utilize and use our squad. No, I'm not really disagreeing with. Well, I disagree with what Mark Goldbridge said, but I see where he's coming from. Yes, he wants to play the strongest 11 to have some form in the Premier League. But my thing is this, bro. We need to be utilizing our squad in those kind of games. Is that like we're going to play against Barcelona? They might this be a Barcelona display, but my thing is this. We need to be playing on our terms. We shouldn't be moderating and modifying our game plan to appease and please the opposition. That's not what we need to be doing. We need to have our game plan so that we can play that game plan and diminish and demolish Luton. That's what we need to be doing. We shouldn't be playing Martial tomorrow. I mean, he can come on if he wants to, if Ole wants him to, but he should be starting tomorrow. Bruno Fernandes, he should not be starting tomorrow. Paul Pogba, I think Fred and Scott McTominay needs game time tomorrow, bro. I think Van de Beek needs to be starting tomorrow. He needs to be starting tomorrow. Bay Bay needs game time. I think some guys are saying Mengel should start as centre back. Bruh, listen, Manchester United just need to play players so that they can get some form about themselves. I'm not against that. But we need to utilize our squad. I mean, we just need to utilize our squad, bro. I mean, look at what happened to Liverpool. Liverpool were like colossal from August straight on to I think West Ham at home, and they even beat West Ham, but West Ham took the lead at Anfield and because that said they were getting burnt out until they eventually broke their hymen of virginity when Watford eventually broke their first loss. They won again against Liverpool, but Liverpool broke their first loss of this season, and that's because they got burnt out. Manchester United should not be playing their big boys in the first round of a Carabao Cup. It's not a big league. Now, if it's Bayern Munich, then be my guest. Be my guest all day long, twice on Sunday. But understand this: we cannot be starting our stronger squad in the Carabao Cup. And I respect Mark Goldbridge. I respect Mark Goldbridge. I've been following this channel ever since fall 2016. But we should not be starting a strong squad in the first round. Yes, some players need form about themselves to feel good and feel motivated. But with that said, we have players that needs to be playing. And those players that are playing, that played in the defeat against Crystal Palace, those players that are fringe players, that are squadoric players, that are squad role players, when they see that players are even playing in a position in a like lower challenging game, they're going to say, bro, why the hell am I here? I mean, I'm getting decent pay at Manchester United, but I want to play football too. I'm a footballer. I'm a professional footballer. I should be getting money. Yes, I'm getting money, but I need to be getting some game time too. So if you're saying that you don't care about the Carabao Cup, but you're saying we should still start the strongest squad, like, dude, that's a contradiction right there. I'm surprised nobody called him out on it in his group chat. You should not be starting our strong squad in the first round. We should be playing players that are good enough. They are good enough to beat Luton. Let's not kid ourselves now. The reason, if we do not beat Luton tomorrow and we have an average squad out there, that is not due to players because we have better players to beat that squad. What we're lacking is a style of play, of display style of play that needs to be played on a consistent basis. That's what Manchester United needs to be doing right now. See, that's not the thing I even wanted to talk about in this video podcast. I wanted to, well, and I'm getting into that in a couple minutes. Any more news on Manchester United? There's always news about Manchester United. I mean, if you don't talk about Manchester United, you ain't gonna get no bread and butter on your dinner table. People need to talk about Manchester United to keep their mouths being fed. You know what I'm saying? But um, let me see. Yes, Tottenham opens talk to sign 27-year-old star as Mourinho eyes six sign. Jesse Lingard is not a star. Jesse Lingard is not a star. But this is where this is where I want to talk about. That's not my main bread and butter for this video podcast, but Patrice Evra did a video on Instagram. I haven't seen the full clippage of it, but I saw an excerpt, and it was him talking about um, the owners of Manchester United. And he was somewhat emotional. You could say emotional, but I wouldn't say he was emotional. It's just that his passion for the club came out. When you're passionate for something, you're going to speak out because you're passionate. Your passion side is drawn out. Hold on, let me set something straight. Okay. Yeah, your passion side comes out. So what I'm basically saying is that Patrice ever believes that Manchester United is more like a mercenary money club. They're not like a football drawn club as before with Sir Alex Ferguson. I think his name is David Gill. I think yeah, that's basically you could say Ed Woodward was what David Gill was at the time with Malipis Chappie. It's very cool actually. With uh with Sir Alex Ferguson in the heyday. Understand this. As guilty as Evra is for doing crazy stuff, Patrice Evra is one of Manchester United's best captain to date. Let me just say that straight because some of you guys think that Patrice Evra do these funny videos on Monday. He's so funny, he's so charismatic. You know what I'm saying? He's just talking to ducks, he's just feeding ducks. He's just a funny person. I mean he was a decent player at Manchester United, but man, ever since he left Manchester United, he's just been a funny I think he should just stand up in America. I think he should be the next Patrice O'Neill. I mean, he's very comedic. There is a reason why Patrice ever did that video stating his true desires for the club. He wants to see Manchester United going to going to a street called success. That's the street where Patrice ever wants Manchester United to go. Whether it's on the high line or the highway, on the roadway or somewhere, or probably on the 421 or something. But he just wants Manchester United to be on the street called success. And you cannot be on a street called success if you're a penny pinching types of signings. That's not in line with success, bro. Spend where your money speaks. That's that's what that's what you need to be doing. Manchester United is more like a mercenary money club right now, where we're not a football driven club like Bayern Munich. Because basically Patrice ever is saying not even certain players want to come to Manchester United no more. I mean, Rio Ferdinand was talking about how Ed Woodward mistreated him in 2014 because I know most of you guys are not fan of memory lane, but if you remember, bro, not now, bro. I think it's a girl texting me. I'm gonna get back to her in a second. But you have to understand this, bro. When it's her actually. When Rio Ferdinand was on the fringes, my man left in 2000. Actually, three of our legend defenders left in 2014. Vidic left for Inter Milan, Rio Ferdinand left for QPR, and Evra left for Juventus, I believe. So three of our legendary defenders left that year. And it's no surprise to me that Ed Woodward, who is Manchester United CEO, of course, but this guy needs a GO. He needs to go. He shouldn't be our CEO. This guy needs to just go. Him with the Glazers needs to go to a paradise island called Get Out of Here. That's where they need to go. Because they're not running the football club as they should. Because again, that's my contention with the Glazers, and I wholeheartedly agree with Patrice ever in that one. Um, Let me see. Again, I'm going to give my prediction for the Luton game in the Carabao Cup and my starting 11 in the Carabao Cup. But I'm going to do that my after just serving the main dish. But I'm going to talk about the main dish now. I told you guys 2 videos ago that I'm going to be talking about Wayne Rooney's time at Manchester United. Everybody loves Wayne Rooney. I mean, Wayne Rooney is Manchester. Hold on, there we go. Manchester United's top scorer. I mean, man, Wayne Rooney, man. I love Wayne Rooney when he was at Manchester United, man. This is Wayne Rooney in 2003 when he was at Everton. I mean, I have to give the eulogy in totality, so I'm going to start from origins and basics. So when Wayne Rooney was at Everton, you could, if you were to ask any Evertonian fan at the time, or if any English fan at the time, where Wayne Rooney would be ranked as a top player at the time, of course, like what type of player would you say this guy is? Yeah, what type of chunky dude, this 16-year-old dude that has a Scottish accent from Scouse, from being a Scouser, like how good is this youngster? Like how good is this teenager? The majority of fans would say, basically, most guys today, they would say Wayne Rooney was what Kylian Mbappe is right now. People would say Wayne Rooney at the time was what Lionel Messi was at in 2005. They would say what Wayne Rooney was back in the heyday basically is what Mbappe is today. Because when Wayne Rooney was younger, Wayne Rooney was known to have strength, aggression. He could score from different ranges, out of the box, in the box, out of wedlock. I mean, he would break the deadlock if their side was not scoring no goals. That's the type of player and ball Wayne Rooney was. And he had pace. Let me just put that in. Wayne Rooney, as chunky as Wayne Rooney was, my man had pace. He was no slow bro. Wayne Rooney, when he was at Everton, he was clocking goals, and of course, David. Let me turn off my notifications. There we go. I don't think it's off, but whatever. But yeah, David Moyes, because he was the manager of Everton at the time. Wayne Rooney was destined for success. Wayne Rooney was brought into the English, to the mother of football, the land of mother of football, where the English team at was at the pinnacle, the height. It was at its highest in terms of talent. We think of Lampard, we think of Gerrard, we think of Scholesy, we think of Nicky Butt, we think of Sol Campbell, we think of John Terry, we think of David Beckham, we think of Michael Owen, we think of Alan Shearer, we think of a lot of players, Gary Neville, we think Ashley Cole. With those great players, Wayne Rooney was brought into the arms of those great players. Like people saying, oh, look at Wayne Rooney, man. Wayne Rooney is going to be a great striker in this English team, man. That's what they were basically saying. So my man, when he was at Everton, he was clocking goals. But guess what? And he scored his first goal at the age of 16. Now understand this. Ask yourself this question, because I know where I was at the age of 16. Where were you at age 16? Masturbating, on a dating app, just trying to look for a date or something? Were you at school, doing couple studies? Were you you know, were you just playing FIFA? I know I was. What were you doing when you were at the age of 16? See, my man understand is Rooney scored a winning goal against Arsenal's best ever team at the time. This guy broke Arsenal's record, broke it. A 16-year-old came on the scene. I don't think he even started. No, he didn't start. I don't think he started. He came on and he broke the deadlock by scoring a goal out of the box. This is a 16-year-old with a lot of pressure trying to win the game at Goodison Park. And of course, the result was good enough for Everton fans because they're Evertonians. But the fans were like, we have a guy for our own. We have a guy from the academy that is eventually going to bring us to top success. We have a young player that's going to bring us to a road called success. We have a young player that's going to break the deadlocks that we're tied up, tangled up, and entangled up in. And he's going to set us free. What's his name? They call him Pele? Wayne Rooney. That's the name of the player. Until on the other side of the fence, Sir Alex Ferguson. Now some fans were saying, I never seen this guy came on the scene. But I mean, we have seen Michael Owen burst on the scene. He was very explosive. We have seen Alan Shearer not being as explosive as Michael Owen, but he brought something more different than the type of striker Michael Owen was. But who is this Wayne Rooney guy? He seems aggressive. He seems like a Shrek, one of those players that's just very aggressive. Who is this guy? I want to know who is this guy. Then Sir Alex Ferguson ears was peaked. His interest was peaked. He was like, well, I want someone to partner with Ruud van Nistelrooy and Louis Saha. Maybe I should get this guy Wayne Rooney from Everton. Maybe that's going to bring a different dimension. Give me a second. Give us a different dimension at Manchester United. And without getting lengthy, my man put pen to paper and he broke the English world record transfer fee at the time in 2004. You know what I'm saying? So he not only came through, I guess a brother is like a pimp this morning, but not in a good way because his phone has been flying like a flea this morning. Um, but yeah, basically, my man came out of the door after a transfer fee of 27 mil. That's like a lot of money for a youngster. I think he was 17 at the time. 17. So this guy was the one of the best young players, not only in England but in the world. This player established himself at Everton. I think he broke through the Evertonian ranks very young. I think he came into of course, yeah, he came into the professional side at the age of 16. I mean, sure, if you break out of the routine of under like 16 in the like academy, there must be something good about you. Whether you have a good shot on you, you have a very good dribbler, you have some takers to your toes or something. You must have something dynamic that will be integrate that's been able to integrate into the first team. And Wayne Rooney followed that regime because he played a few games where people were saying, we have a talent in our arms, huh? This guy from Everton, this chunky guy. Because again, if you look at Rooney at the time, Rooney didn't look like no 16-year-old. He didn't look like no 16-year-old. My man looked like one of those fat guys you would see on the street drinking beer. At in the age of like 55 or so. And he was that built at the age of 16. And when he came to Manchester United, he was on the mark. He was on the mark. He was on the mark. I think a small fan at the time, he's grown now. I'm pretty sure he's grown now. And it's a story he'll be talking for the rest of his life on earth. This fan at the time had a poster. And he said, thank you, Sir Alex. Thank you, He said, thank you, Wayne Rooney, for coming to Manchester United. So I guess he wanted Wayne Rooney to come to Manchester United. And Manchester United did sign Wayne Rooney. And Wayne Rooney did come to Manchester United. He did come to Manchester United. And in the first Champions League game, we're not talking about no friendly type of game. We're not talking about no cupcake cup like the Carabao Cup or the Carling Cup. We ain't talking about that. We're talking about the Champions League, the best domestic league in the world, where the best teams in the world stand out. Not only did the best team stand out, but Wayne Rooney in his debut game in the Champions League stand out. Van Nistelrooy played a very good pass to Wayne Rooney to open up the score. Wayne Rooney on the mark, that's 1-0. He beat a player, then took the shot. That's 2-0. 2 to Wayne Rooney. You could basically say Rooney 2. What's the name of the side he was playing against? I think it's Galatasaray. Fenerbahce. Yeah, I think it's Fenerbahce. I think it's a side in I don't think it's Turkey. But it's a side in Turkey. Yeah, I think it's Turkey. And yeah, he scored 2. My man my man took a free kick in the second half and scored half. I wouldn't say it was a worldie, but it's one of those curlers, bro. And my man had a hat trick in his first game at the age of like 17 or 18. We're talking about Wayne Rooney at a young age, where he was at the stage of developing himself into a top tier player. People are saying, okay, England has a player on their hands. We have a player on our hands. This guy is going to bring us at least one World Cup. But if we don't wake up, Wayne Rooney will be a wasted talent. So we have the players, we have the strength of them. We have Steven Gerrard, Lampard, Scholesy. I think Scholesy retired at the time. But they had players in the national side where they could support Wayne Rooney and this guy. We are the we have the best young talent in football. This was in 2004. Messi was on the fringes because Messi, I think, came on the scene either fall of 2004, if not 2005. But Wayne, before Wayne, there was in Lionel Messi or Kylian Mbappe, there was a Wayne Rooney. To put things in perspective, Wayne Rooney was a better talent than Cristiano Ronaldo at the time. That's just real. That's real talk. My man had tickers to his toes. He was technically gifted. He could shoot. He had pace and he had intellectual ability. My man could drop back and play as a number 10. Spend his time there as a number 10 and then send players ahead of him. Like he could play deep. He could play passes. He had vision that most don't. At least at that age. Most persons when they're young, they always want to score goals. If they're like a forward, they always want to score, score, score. If they're a winger, they want to beat a player. Beat a player until they're just until they're just on their feet. They just want to beat their player until they're on their feet. And defeat that defender and then try to score. But Wayne Rooney was a different player. Wayne Rooney could beat players, but that was not his main MO. That was not his reality as a player. Wayne Rooney had more than that. He was thinking of the long goal. Wayne Rooney in his first season scored outrageous goals. My man scored 2 very good volleys. I think a long ball was played to Louis Saha with the head and Wayne Rooney just volleyed it. That was a very world-class goal by Wayne Rooney. And most of all, I think it's a defender played against Everton. Sir Alex Ferguson saw that Wayne Rooney wasn't having the best of games, so the substitution was made. Wayne Rooney was going to come off for another player. Manchester United, I guess they needed a goal. When Wayne Rooney saw that he was coming off, my man was talking to the referee as if the referee had anything to do with him getting sent off. But Sir Alex Ferguson wanted to take him off and sub him off. So my man was on the periphery of getting sent off, but my man consulted to the referee. And a long ball was played, and I think it was to Louis Van Nistelrooy or Louis Saha, but the defender cleared it out. And with the anger and frustration that he had because he didn't want to come off, Wayne Rooney scored one of the best volley goals ever scored, not only in the Premier League, but in history, in the history of the sport. To score that world class, I'm not talking in the box, I'm talking outside of the box. One time, top bins, top V. Keeper couldn't touch that. If he touch that, he probably have like one finger left. My man couldn't touch that. I don't think Manuel now in his prime would have touched that. Man would have said, okay, bro, square goal. I'm gonna just sit right here and just contempt in silence. Because nobody, that goal was world class. And people start talking about Wayne Rooney. This is the guy that's going to really be a star for not only Manchester United but for England. In his first season, he scored 17 goals for Manchester United in all competition. He was voted as one of the as a Golden Boy candidate and nominee for that year. I think who won it that year? I think it's actually Wayne Rooney. Yeah, I think Rooney. Yeah, I think yeah. But here's the kicker. Not only was Rooney nominated as a Golden Boy, Rooney was also nominated as a Ballon d'Or candidate. Let me repeat that. Not only was he voted as a bro or girl, like not now. Not only was he voted as one of the Golden Boys for that year, but let's just stay clear and say that my man was voted for as a Ballon d'Or candidate at the age of 18. Now, Kylian Mbappe, yes, he's been voted for that, but let's just say that has been happening ever since Wayne Rooney was a younger star. That's when Rooney was like in the physical prime of his time as a teenager. He got voted in the second season. Now the thing was that most Everton fans didn't like the fact that he left for Manchester United. I mean, he left for greener pastures, although Goodison Park is like the greenest parks out there in the stadium. But my man left Everton and come to Manchester United. Everton fans didn't like that because they were saying, bro, we want you to we want you to bring the mantle of Everton with your right hand. We want you to be like Thor with that hammer in your right hand and say, hey, this is Everton. We're the best side, not only in Liverpool, shout out to Liverpool, but we can be one of the best sides in England. And when they saw that was not the show, and it was not so, they were like, bro, why did you leave Manchester? Because he left Everton because he wanted to be a star at Manchester United. Beckham left from Manchester United. There were a lot of stars at the time with Manchester United. Who in the hell would want to come to Manchester United at that time? Hmm? So Wayne Rooney make that transition and he scored a goal at Everton, at Goodison Park, I should say, where he riled up the fans. I guess because one of the defenders actually passed in the ball. Well, he was intentionally passing the ball to the defender, and then Rooney caught it, and then he scored. And you would think that, hey, I'm a young guy, I'm going to humble myself, I'm saying I came from humble beginnings, so I have to humble myself, I'm saying. So I'm going to suppress my celebration and commemoration when I'm at Everton and Goodison Park, I'm saying. So I'm going to park my celebrations just for a little bit and, I'm saying, be more humble. My man celebrated when he scored that. My man celebrated like he scored a win in the Champions League final. And people were like booing him. People were like, bro, what are you doing? Hmm? And on the flip side, no, you have to understand that Everton had a rivalry with it. They always do have a rivalry because we're talking about present tense. So we're talking about current situation. Hashtag. Um, Everton and Liverpool are like rivals in terms of the Merseyside derby. And even Liverpool fans didn't like the fact that Rooney left Everton for Manchester United. Because guess what? Liverpool have a rivalry with Manchester United. So they were like, bro, why are you moving from Merseyside to Manchester? because you want to get cheese to please and appease your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of lifestyle you want. So anyway, in the second season, my man was scoring goals. And of course, Ruud van Nistelrooy played a different role because you have to understand that although Ruud van Nistelrooy was the main striker and Wayne Rooney was a striker at the is a striker at the time, understand that Rooney played a roaming role. You it was not told to me that, you know what I'm saying, he was mature enough to play that role, but guess this guy had intellectual ability on the pitch. He could play passes with the outside of his foot. This guy displayed an outside pass with his foot to find Ruud van Nistelrooy. And Van Nistelrooy controlled it and take a man and just volley. You have to understand, Wayne Rooney when he was younger, my man I guess he broke teams and broke their hearts and brought them to tears literally, and if especially Everton fans. But you have to understand, this guy was like the best, one of the like probably the best young player. I think he actually won that award at the time. Yeah, cause you have to understand, bro. My man was scoring goals. Luis Saha was getting injured, so he wasn't really playing that much. But when he came on to interchanging with Ruud van Nistelrooy and Wayne Rooney, when Van Nistelrooy would drop back and Wayne Rooney would run in behind with the pace Rooney had at the time, you know what I'm saying? And Ruud van Nistelrooy would be on the sideline, just passing time and just passing the ball in space with the Rooney pace and just scoring just like that, bro. That is where you could say the chemistry and the compatibility with Wayne Rooney and Ruud van Nistelrooy was peak. They had an understanding, they had a comprehension, they had information about themselves that they could share between themselves because they knew how they were basically. Sir Alex Ferguson basically played the infamous 4-4-2. Two strikers up top and a two banks of four with the four midfield and the four back four. And with Rooney and Van Nistelrooy interchanging, the Premier League was basically done and dusted. Manchester United with that squad did bits. Here's the problem. When Rooney came to Manchester United, Rooney didn't win the Premier League until 2007. When Rooney came to Manchester United in 2004, Jose Mourinho came to the Premier League, and Mourinho took the Premier League by storm from 2004 to 2006. Yeah, to 2004 to yeah. So Manchester United didn't win the Premier League until 2007. So you could basically say, but in 2006, Wayne Rooney suffered an injury in April against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, where even Chelsea fans, now you would think that they're like on a squad team, like trying to doing routine, like to trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to stretch them wings, you know what I'm saying, trying to stretch them fine wings, trying to stretch with them arm. But basically they were hollowing in horror because they realized that with the World Cup coming in a couple months, if not a couple, probably 6 weeks, because it was in April, right? Yeah, and World Cup starts in like late May, if not early June. So that's like a month and a couple weeks. And Rooney suffered a severe injury that not only left Manchester United fans with their heads down, but Chelsea fans that were English supporters with their heads down because they knew this type of player was a player that was going to bring them to success if he stayed fit. Because again, England had the time of the prime players at the time. Steven Gerrard, Lampard, Ashley Cole, Gary Neville, Robinson in goal. I guess he was decent, but and you have Sol Campbell. You know what I'm saying? So you have those types of players that could help Wayne Rooney lead the line of England. And Even Lampard and John Terry was sad because although he was playing against Rooney, those players are English players and they know what Rooney is capable of doing. So even they were very frustrated and sad. But Rooney came to the World Cup anyway, but it just his World Cup was not as was was pleasing on the eye, and it was from his injury. No, Rooney. There was a game in the quarterfinals of the 2006 World Cup. The quarterfinals where England drawn, I should say. Excuse my English. Yeah, past tense. Yeah, we know. Quarterfinals against Portugal. No, and the eye might say, well, what what's the sense of this? What's the heat and tension against these teams? One, because I think Pereira, that played for Portugal at the time, was a right back for Chelsea. So my man was going to play against John Terry and Lampard. Cristiano Ronaldo, which was at Manchester United at the time, was going to play against Wayne Rooney. So right then and there, we have a few contention. The Premier League is kind of the Premier League greats. I have Carvalho of Portugal going to play against Chelsea. Not play against Chelsea. He's a Chelsea defender, but he's going to play against his Chelsea teammates Lampard and Terry. So there was a contention right there. In that quarterfinals, we were getting lengthy. Ronaldo did something that ticked off Rooney. Now some persons were saying, yeah, Ronaldo shouldn't have done that, man. I thought Ronaldo was cool with Wayne Rooney. I mean, I thought two of them were like cool like this, bro. I thought they were thicker than blood. I thought they were sweeter than sugar cakes. I thought they were just down by the game, bro. I mean, why would Ronaldo do that to Rooney? Ah, what you think? What you think? Despite the friendship they had in England at Manchester United, I don't think Ronaldo intentionally knew he was doing it, but when you do something like that, dude, and you're trying to have your best players stay cool, calm, collected, and you're trying to qualify for the semifinals, you don't want your players to be losing their head. And Ronaldo used a tactic against Wayne Rooney to get off on Rooney. Ronaldo has been around Rooney long enough to know how Rooney stays. And he knows that Wayne Rooney has a bad temper. So what he did, he was like, referee, Rooney stepped into his balls. What's this? Send him off, send him off, send him off. And Rooney was like, nigga, what are you trying to do? Nigga, you don't say I slipped into his balls by mistake. What are you trying to do? You're trying to get a brother sent off? And with that push, now the funny thing is that the referee would in full if you look at it like this, before Rooney pushed Ronaldo, the referee was like, you're right, Ronaldo, you know. I wouldn't really say I would send him out, but I'm a book him. My friends just going off. But yeah, I'm not going to really give him a red card, but I'm going to book him. But when he take that push, that catapult his thought process. And he say, he reacted, didn't he? So I'm gonna give him a red card. I'm gonna give him a red card. So Ronaldo played him off the park right there, so. And between Ronaldo and Rooney had a contentious battle with Ronaldo. No, they didn't fist bumps head or had a tug of war like a fist or something, but they had some tension to them, and Sir Alex Ferguson saw that. And because Ronaldo knocked out Portugal in the penalty shootout, Ronaldo knew that if he came back to England, he was going to get the treatment what David Beckham got. in the 1998 World Cup. He knew that because England fans love them some football. I mean, football is where it was originated in England, I think. And Ronaldo knew he was going to get his house burnt down to the ground like it was Sodom and Gomorrah or something. So he was basically saying, you know what? And that's where Real Madrid came into the picture in 2006. But we're not talking about that right now. I'm gonna do that in a future video. But Rooney, without getting lengthy, Rooney developed a chemistry with Ronaldo in the other season. That's where honestly that's where Van Nistelrooy took was phased out of Manchester United because I don't think Ronaldo, well, with the talents of Rooney and Ronaldo, you cannot be playing with a low number nine up top and depending on him to get the goals. They need. Sir Alex Ferguson was basically saying, bro, we need to be playing a front three of Wayne Rooney and Cristiano Ronaldo with Alan Smith and if not Ryan Giggs. Because you have to understand, Ryan Giggs wasn't really of a winger right then and there. He was adapting into a more of a midfield because he was crossing the prime of his time. You know what I'm saying? There were times he would be on the sideline, but he would be playing still. You know what I'm saying? But it's more of a withdrawn role into the midfield. You feel me? So yeah, Rooney got the number 10 and he spent time as a number 9. You know what I'm saying? He was not on the sideline, he started as a number 9. When Wayne Rooney started as a number 9, my man was getting goals. And the goals were shared with Cristiano Ronaldo because Ronaldo's numbers was adding up as well. My man was getting into Lampard's type of numbers per season because Ronaldo was a right midfielder slash left midfielder. Rooney was developing to the player that England fans say, okay, this guy is going to come into his own zone. You know what I'm saying? This guy is going to be a top player. And they've been saying that for ever since 2004 for the mere reason that Rooney was displaying the characteristics and the maturity of a top player at a young age. In those seasons, even when Wayne Rooney left, even when Ronaldo left, Rooney took it upon himself. Sir Alex Ferguson said, bro, we need you to be the talisman for this side. Ronaldo has left for Real Madrid. You are going to be Tevez has left for Manchester City. Yes, we have Berbatov. But you, Wayne Rooney, you are going to be the main man that's going to send Manchester United fans and tell them that you're the best among the rest. And you're going to stand up to that test and show other strikers that you are the best. And without getting lengthy, bro, my man took it upon himself to become one of the top scorers in the Premier League. We had the talent of Luis Nan. We think of Berbatov, that was basically somewhat of a target man. I mean, Berbatov was like a secondary defensive type of striker. So he played slightly deeper than Wayne Rooney to link play. I mean, there was a time where Rooney was like scoring headed goals for fun. Valencia was crossing balls to Wayne Rooney's head for fun. As when Valencia crossed those balls, though, dude, the ball was like, bro, I'm horny for a header. Just header me in the goal. I'll just get a note off like that. And it did because Wayne Rooney. There was a time Rooney scored like probably about 6 to 7 consecutive headed goals from Antonio Valencia on that right hand side, or he scored 7 consecutive headers in a row. My man was balling. My man was balling. Tops one of the best strikers that season, 2009-2010, getting 34 goals that season. People said that if Rooney didn't get that injury at the end of that season, with the form that he had, that would give United fans a reason to go far in the Champions League and probably win the Premier League that season. Because you have to understand, Chelsea was on a different level that season. We cannot deny that. Lampard Drogba was on a different level with Carlo Ancelotti. But Wayne Rooney with Manchester United, Berbatov and other players like Nani, they did bits. And with the players, which wasn't top players really. Nani was a top player, but he wasn't a consistent top player. My man scored goals. He led the line like a real number nine. People watch from the sideline and they were like in their mind, man, this guy is a real number. Like there was a time people were saying Wayne Rooney's height, at least at the time, was like 5'9". People at the time, believe it or not, were saying that Wayne Rooney is the best target man at the height of 9 feet 9 inches. Yes, Rooney didn't score those headers just for fictitious fun. My man scored those headers because he knew how to be a physical forward. My man knew how to link play, although that was not his main display because that was for Berbatov. My man knew how to score goals. But the big thing is that although that form came about, English fans were optimistic as they usually are. You know what I'm saying? The World Cup is in 2010, you know what I'm saying, in Africa. So we're going to just come with our best players this year from England. We think of the fans, we think of the best players. Frank Lampard, John Terry, you know what I'm saying, Wayne Rooney, Ashley Cole, Peter Crouch. All of those players are going to display a form that will inform England fans that hey, we can actually win the World Cup. We can actually win the World Cup. And due to his form, I think Rooney was the type of guy that could play very well for his Manchester United, for this club. But dude, when it came to like England, dude, especially in 2010 World Cup, my man looked like a ghost, bro. My man was non-existent. He didn't score no goals. He was out of shape, and of course he got an injury, which during the I think it was against the Bayern game in 2010, which Bayern knocked out Manchester United. But that's a different story for another different podcast. But yeah, his form was not the same, bro. His form was not the same. And English fans were saying, bro, we have our informed Wayne Rooney. We have Gerrard, we think of Lampard, we think of John Terry, we have Jermaine Defoe, we have Peter Crouch, we have Emil Heskey. I mean, what's going what's his contention? What's this? Why are not we winning? We have the best players, arguably. Well, France have some good players, but France were doing bad themselves. Italy had some good players, but Italy were doing bad themselves. Defender of the champions, it's defending champions, getting knocked out at the group stage, finishing on ground base. So people were like, why is Rooney not playing? Rooney was not himself in the World Cup. But after the World Cup, it was coming on to the 2010-2011 campaign. Wayne Rooney, his form was getting on, he was scoring goals, but this is where Rooney had to drop back. Meaning that, remember when I told you guys, when Berbatov is playing with Rooney, basically Rooney plays above and beyond Berbatov. Berbatov drops back. But that season, Sir Alex Ferguson was like, bro, you had your season, bro. You had your injury, bro. But now we're going to give Berbatov a run up top. Well, Berbatov was always running, playing up top, but we're going to make him be the main number 9. You're going to be like on the sideline as the number 10 to spend time to ping passes on the left, right, and center. Spray passes, distribute passes, and play passes and get a few goals. So you're going to basically play as that bulldog, that bulldozer, as the secondary striker, with Berbatov as the first striker, the main finisher, I should say. Because Berbatov finished with Tevez as the top scorer, and Rooney got some goals. He was getting goals, but his form was not the same. His form was not the same. And we're talking about one Rooney being at the peak of his powers at the time. Rooney was not no average Joe Schmo. No, he wasn't. My man was at the top, despite his disappointing and deplorable and despicable World Cup. I mean, that was questionable, but in totality, my man was still in the hierarchy of players. Wayne Rooney was displaying very good form, but there was something that set off the fans a bit, and the fans caught up on it. Rooney was getting unsettled. Getting on an hour right now. Okay, I have about half an hour to go. I know you guys have work to go, and I know you guys listening to me at work saying, "Ooh, I like how this guy talks." Like, yeah, he's just a smooth talker. Um, so yeah, Wayne Rooney was unsettled, meaning unsettled meaning that the player is in two minds. He's not sure if he wants to stay at the club. He doesn't know if he wants to leave, but more so he wants to leave the club. But he's having second thoughts of leaving. PSG was linked to Manchester United striker Wayne Rooney at the time. Manchester City was linked with Wayne Rooney at the time, and Real Madrid was linked with Wayne Rooney at the time. We're talking about October. We're talking about the time of October 2010, because Wayne Rooney was questioning the ambition of Manchester United at the time, because Manchester United didn't really make any big signings. I think we signed Oberton, but I mean that's like what, and we signed Bebe. I mean, I mean, I mean, Bebe do that. I mean, come on, bro. Shoot, come on, bro. So of course, Wayne Rooney was questioning the ambition of the club because Manchester United didn't win the league when Rooney was at his best. You know what I'm saying? And baby, yeah, I'm gonna use that name when I'm talking to one of my girlfriends, baby. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Rooney, Rooney wasn't. I think Sir Alex Ferguson he played Rooney more times than not, but there are times he benched him. When he played him, he took him out because Rooney was not displaying his main form from the previous season. And there's a reason for that because he wanted to leave. And people were saying, where's Wayne Rooney going to go now? Wayne Rooney is like one of the best players. Where is he going to go? Is he going to go to Real Madrid? Is he going to go to Manchester City like Tevez? Is he going to be like a traitor like Tevez? A Judas type of guy like Tevez? What's Wayne Rooney's move? When Wayne Rooney, it was coming on to the second half of that season in 2010, 2011. People were saying, okay, maybe Wayne Rooney is going to stay at Manchester United for the rest of the season and just leave. Just stay until the rest of the season and just leave. But there come the Manchester City derby at Old Trafford. One of the best Manchester City derbies ever to grace the name of the game. You know what I'm saying? And it claimed Manchester United to fame. Well, Manchester United was always famous, but as it relates to like the derby, because believe it or not, that was the time where Manchester City was developing its backbone. Because Manchester City was not the punk of 2007 getting 8 goals from Middlesbrough. I'm like, bruh, no. Ever since, Manchester City has been emerging themselves to being a top tier club in football, at least. Maybe not in trophies and in credentials, but as it relates to football on the pitch, City was getting up there. City was getting up there. So, yeah, Nani opened up the scoring. What a pass from Wayne Rooney. You know what I'm saying? Left foot finish from Nani. Dzeko equalized from a David Silva's cross. And then Nani returned the favor in the dying minutes of the game. You know what I'm saying? When Wayne Rooney, Nani was crossing the ball to the far post. And Wayne Rooney, no, Wayne Rooney was no slim type of dude. Wayne Rooney was never slim. And that's nothing against him. But I'm just telling you guys, that's not his body type. Wayne Rooney is like an endomorph type. You could say Wayne Rooney was like a Luke Shaw type of body, but he took more, and I'm even saying it, he took more, and even Rooney, there were times Rooney would loosen up himself. Yeah, I get out of shape, but Rooney had a few discipline plates above, plate discipline, to use baseball terms, above Luke Shaw, but he had the same body as Luke Shaw. So for him to do that bicycle kick at the end of that game, people told people that maybe this guy is going to stay at Manchester United after all, because you cannot score that free kick and then just celebrate like there is nothing to commemorate. I mean, nah. So anyway, right? Wayne Rooney stayed at Manchester United. The other season came. Wayne Rooney he scored a hat trick against Arsenal in that 8-2 victory at Old Trafford. People were saying, yes, oh yes, Wayne Rooney's goal was voted as one of the best goals for that year, but I mean that goal didn't win it. That goal didn't win because we had Neymar as a nominee. I think Neymar's goal won it, and I think Messi was up in there as well. I think Messi always scores solo goals, so Messi has to be up there. Um, yeah, Messi was there, but Messi didn't win. Neymar won it. But anyway, this ain't about Neymar and Lionel Messi. But Ronald Rooney scored a hat trick against Arsenal. He scored another hat trick against. He scored another hat trick against. I think it was Bolton away from home. So Wayne Rooney was coming to his own in his own zone. You know what I'm saying? And then Wayne Rooney. Well, we had Hernandez. We had Hernandez. Hernandez came in the previous season, but Hernandez was playing more games. But this is what you need to understand. And this is where I think Rooney was getting into his prime time. Um, yeah, Rooney was getting into his prime time at the time. Um, but this is where you need to understand. This is where the height of Wayne Rooney as a player was becoming was decaying slowly. Like Wayne Rooney slowly but surely was decaying as a top player. You might not have seen it during the stats because stats are numbers, but if you watch the display and gameplay of with Wayne Rooney was not playing the way he was 2 seasons ago at the time. Wayne Rooney's peak has skewed. Wayne Rooney's peak has peaked. My man has done it all. His physical peak has peaked. No, I would say this. Rooney's physical peak peaked when he was younger. Because again, I told you guys, when Rooney was younger, his physique at the age of 16 was like equivalent to the body type of a 25, not a 29-year-old. My man looked very big when he was 16. He was big boned. He was no skinny type. But that season, Rooney was getting goals, but you have to understand those goals were not goals that was made by him. Those goals came in support of him. Wayne Rooney was washing up. Wayne Rooney's days were coming to a close as a top player. Berbatov was actually washed up that season. Michael Owen was getting washed. Well, he was always washed when he left Real Madrid, but that's a different story. Um, Hernandez was only the viable candidate as a striker, but Rooney played behind Hernandez as a striker. So he was getting numbers, but Hernandez was playing better as a striker. Hernandez was playing better as a striker than Rooney, but Rooney got the goals, got the gifts, he got the rewards because he was a better player. So his reliance on the team, people needed him because he was a better player. So he played behind as a centre forward behind Hernandez. But his numbers, although it was increasing, he actually tallied the same numbers as 2009, 2010. But in 2011 and 2012, if you're comparing this play with his gameplay at the time, it's a totally different story. Rooney was losing his legs slowly but surely. When Rooney was losing his form slowly but surely, this guy has come to terms with his peak. His peak has peaked. We're talking about a player that has reached the boundaries of his form as a top player. He got the numbers, but Manchester United got knocked out at the Champions League. Manchester United got knocked out at EuroLeague by Athletic Bilbao at home. Yes, so yes, Man United, Rooney got the numbers, but the numbers were not sufficient to be winning United viable games. So Manchester United was getting poor results. Yes, and they got spanked by Manchester City 6-1 at home at Old Trafford. People thought Sir Alex Ferguson should have left when they won the title in 2011. Well, that was still 2011, but that season, people were thinking it was based on Sir Alex Ferguson. That season, Rooney got goals, but understand, those goals came in support of Wayne Rooney. Those goals were not made from Wayne Rooney himself as compared in contrast to other seasons. Ro- Listen to me very carefully as I come to close this video podcast. Sir Alex Ferguson realized that Rooney was washing up. He noticed that there was not only a fall in the form of Wayne Rooney, but he knew that Rooney could not lead the line as the main striker no more. Because Rooney, there was never a point in the Premier League where Rooney finished as top scorer. He came close, I must say that. He came close, but that's few and far between. People say, well, you have to understand that when Rooney is playing with other strikers, he's more of a subservient. He plays as a box seated type of striker. You know what I'm saying? He played with Tevez, he played with Ronaldo, he played with Saha, he played with Larson, he played with Ruud van Nistelrooy, he played with Hernandez, he played with Berbatov. Sir Alex Ferguson played better strikers up because they were better strikers than Wayne Rooney. That's why. It's not because Rooney was a better striker than them. If he was, he would have played there. The reason why he was playing in outer position is because he needed to accommodate himself in certain situations and positions to make better players score. Rooney was never, with the exception of that season where he was like dynamite, where he has climaxed in 2009 2010. Other than that, Rooney was no top finisher. Now he could score a goal, but he was no top finisher. There were better finishers than him. Berbatov, Cristiano Ronaldo, Tevez, definitely Ruud van Nistelrooy. Should I name more? Huh? Should I name more? Sir Alex Ferguson realized that Rooney was getting to that, was washing up. And he needed that striker from Arsenal. That striker from Arsenal was banging goals left, right, and centre. My man could have scored goals in a female's vagina and get 8 kids, just like that. He was that good. My man's not could have reached any woman's vagina and get. He was that good. Sir Alex Ferguson wanted to make his priority to get Robin van Persie. Manchester United didn't have a top scorer as a. That's alright. They had a top scorer, but they didn't have a top striker. Yes, Rooney got 34 goals, but understand those goals was not. Well, you're over it. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. His display was not coherent with the statistics. Yes, he got the stats, but the style of play he was playing was never in line with a top player. And that's why Wayne Rooney got kicked. Not from Manchester United, he was at Manchester United, but ever since then, Wayne Rooney has never been the same striker again. The fall of Wayne Rooney has been very drastic. This guy peaked at the age of 26. People who should be peaking by the time of age 26. People usually peaked at the age of 28. Rooney peaked at age 26. I would even say 25, but I'm going to be the good Samaritan and play generous card and say 26. So I'm giving Rooney the benefit of the doubt. But understand this. Ever since then, Wayne Rooney's number has never been the same. His style of play has never been the same. When Van Persie came to Manchester United, Van Persie was the name of Manchester United. It was no Wayne Rooney no more. No. Rooney was on the periphery as a top player. Yes, Rooney was a great name. Yes, Rooney still sold a lot of shirts because he's a, as some would say, top player. And he got decent numbers. Let's not forget that he got decent numbers. But I'm saying the way Wayne Rooney played is not the same as in comparison to previous seasons. That's what I'm getting at. And Sir Alex Ferguson knew that. So with Robin Van Persie being the celebrity of Manchester United, winning Manchester United the title, the 20 champion I wish the 20th Premier League title. No, that's actually the league title. United won 13 Premier League titles. Yeah. And so let me just set that straight and yeah. 13 Premier League titles, but 20 league titles in England. Wayne Rooney knew that Manchester United didn't want him no more. So he wanted to leave Manchester United. And Sir Alex Ferguson was about to sell Wayne Rooney. But Sir Alex Ferguson left before Wayne Rooney. It's a good thing Sir Alex Ferguson left because Sir Alex Ferguson knew, not to disrespect Sir Alex Ferguson, but he knew his time was up as well. He knew his time was up as well. He knew that. So he wanted to live on a high. That's good on you, Sir Alex Ferguson. I ain't hating on you for that. But understand, Wayne Rooney, with his former manager at Everton, people were saying, maybe this guy can stay. But understand this, bro, as I come to close. Wayne Rooney, yes, he was the name of Manchester United that season when Sir Alex Ferguson left that season, or before that season. When United signed Fellaini, which was the only signing at the time until one matter in January, Wayne Rooney was the main man for Manchester United and he was getting good numbers. He was not playing not nearly the same form as he was prior to seasons. But he came on with the mantle, he signed a new contract, and he played his way as Manchester United's main man. Now Robin Van Persie was getting injuries. So Wayne Rooney thought, hey, I can be the main man, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Because Van Persie was getting injured. Van Persie is an injury-prone striker, but I guess he came with the territory because Robin Van Persie on his heyday was a top-class striker. Wayne Rooney broke the record of getting to at least 150 goals when Manchester United beat Arsenal 8-2. That was 2 seasons ago. But 2 seasons afterwards, after scoring 2 goals against Bayer Leverkusen, he became one of the British leading goal scorers in the Champions League. When we think of Gerrard, when we think of Lampard, I think Lampard is up there. We think of Alan. I don't think Alan Shearer playing Champions League. Yeah, but he was up there. He was up there. So he was somewhere up there in the hemisphere. You know what I'm saying? And Wayne Rooney led that team, but that it wasn't enough. United finished 7th that season, and ever since Rooney has been the name of United, even in the first season of LVG, because he was nominated as captain, but his form was not the same. We are seeing a decline in Wayne Rooney here. And my man was on pillar paper per week. Second season of LVG. His form was declining even more. His body shape was getting bigger. Rooney could not keep up with the intensity and intensity and the proclivities and tendencies of the Premier League no more. He could score a few goals, don't get me wrong, but in terms of playing daily, Wayne Rooney was not at the top. His fitness cannot match the Premier League's intensity and aggressiveness. He couldn't play as a striker no more. That instinct ran out of steam with him. That instinct need to go to the gas station and get some gas. That was an E. This guy needed to leave Manchester United. People were saying, thank you, Wayne Rooney, for being at Manchester United. And you're almost close to being a top scorer for Manchester United, but you need to go, bro. You need to go pronto, ASAP. No. This is a Manchester United great that was not in a great vein of form. And that informed Manchester United fans that this guy needs to go. Manchester United fans saw the best side of Wayne Rooney. I'm talking about long fans now, from ever since 2004. They saw the best side of Wayne Rooney until the worst side of Wayne Rooney. And even them, they were saying, man, Wayne Rooney used to be a beast back in the day. We expected this guy to lead us, English fans, to glory. But we were content with what he did for us, Manchester United fans, as a Manchester United player. But this guy doesn't have the legs no more to be leading us as a top player no more. He needs to leave. And even some persons were considering that Rooney should not be a legend at Manchester United because, like I said previously, there were two instances where Wayne Rooney wanted to leave Manchester United to get money, or to leave Manchester United because he questioned the ambition of Manchester United. But his situation was that he wanted a better contract. That's what he wanted from Manchester United. And because of that, and by virtue that Manchester United fans are on the fence of saying that he's a legend, or even people were saying he's not even a great. People are not saying he's even a great at Manchester United. But when Wayne Rooney broke the record, he equalized the record against Reading in the FA Cup at Old Trafford. People are saying, okay, this guy is going to break the world record at Manchester United. He's already in high numbers and figures as relates to in the Premier League. Wayne Rooney is the second highest goal scorer in the Premier League. He's the second, I think he's the second highest assister in the Premier League. This guy needs respect. This guy needs respect. 23 minutes. Okay, I need to wrap up. I don't want you guys, you Wayne Rooney fans, to say, I can't believe you talk about Wayne Rooney like this. I mean, Rooney was washing up, bro. He was getting there. People were like in the sky, if you believe in the afterlife, we're saying, Rooney, come home, come home. We know you're not the same player as you used to. Come home, bro. Come home. But Wayne Rooney deserves respect. He's not the same player, but he deserves respect regardless. You know what I'm saying? He got numbers that really trumped United to titles back in his day. Rooney may not have been a player that would consistently play a great vein of form with his injuries, of course, but Wayne Rooney deserves respect from us Manchester United fans. He does deserve a high degree of Manchester United. No, when he broke the world record against Stoke away, my man came on a free kick outside of the box. Manchester United was losing to Stoke away from home. Yeah, I mean, it was an overcast night at Stoke, so that's understandable. But United needed a goal, and it was kind of an impossible angle. Wayne Rooney took that free kick and not only equalized that in that game, but he became Manchester United's top scorer of all time. This guy has reached a different tier of of a platinum level where people are saying this guy's we are going to be talking about this guy for ages, if not centuries. This guy has beaten Bobby Sir. Let me make sure I put respect on his name. You know what I'm saying? Because his name has claim to fame. You know what I'm saying? This guy has beaten Sir Bobby Charlton's record as a top scorer of Manchester United. This guy deserves respect in every aspect of the game, at least in the Premier League. So Wayne Rooney left Manchester United in the summer of 2017 and went back to Everton. But that it was a forlorn conclusion because it was about time this guy got rid from an it was a good riddance, let's just say. Because we needed to accommodate and accumulate players that were better than him. Like people were saying Griezmann should have came in and replaced Wayne Rooney. But we got Zlatan came in already. But we got Lukaku and we had Mkhitaryan and Herrera. But as I close, because I have to do my prediction for the Luton versus Manchester United on the starting level. Wayne Rooney deserves respect from all of us Manchester United fans. He may not have been your cup of tea, but my man was a very dynamic striker back in the day, especially when my man was bald. When Rooney was bald, you're talking about the deep. You could say a bald head Wayne Rooney was equivalent to Kane of WWE. Definitely when Kane used to represent Raw, SmackDown versus Raw. You could say Wayne Rooney was a demon when he's bald, when he was bald. My man was a hitman. He was on a journey. He was on a mission. Maybe a contract. He was a killer. But my man Wayne Rooney back in his day was very phenomenal. Very phenomenal. Wayne Rooney deserves respect. Maybe some of you might not classify him as a legend despite being top scorer. But understand this guy deserves respect from all of us. Respect from all of us. Fans. He may not have been a big legend like Sir Bobby Charlton, but let's give this guy the benefit of the doubt. Wayne Rooney came back to Old Trafford. I mean, his testimonial game was played, but I don't think I should be talking about it because United nor Everton won the game. You know what I'm saying? But when Everton played at Manchester United, at Old Trafford in 2007, fall of 2017, Wayne Rooney got an ovation. Maybe it was not a standing ovation, but it was an ovation. People were clapping their living legend. Wayne Rooney deserves respect. Let us respect Wayne Rooney, the White Pele, as they would call him in his prime time. Let's give the golden boy his respect. Yes, at the end, it didn't really work out for Wayne Rooney because he gained fat. He just lost out of shape and he lost his form and he lost his legs as well. But Wayne Rooney still deserves respect from us Manchester United fans. I'ma just say that he does deserve respect in all aspects of the Premier League. He deserves respect. He definitely does. For a striker to score over 200 goals and get almost 200 assists, that takes some. Again, he played in different position, but still, that takes some doing. Back to Luton against, and this is a long video. This is my longest video podcast today. 1 hour and 29 minutes. Okay, I'm going to wrap up right now. My prediction is Manchester United beat Luton by 2 goals. Two goals, just 2 goals. I don't think Luton's going to score, and that's not me being cocky. You know what I'm saying? But I just think United just have a stronger depth of squad to beat that type of caliber of side. My starting level is Dean Koons in goal. That's Dean Henderson. At right back, I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka will play because he didn't play against Crystal Palace. I think Eric Bay will play. Oh, I think Harry Maguire will play because again we don't need United to be conceding goals at the back. At left back, I believe Brandon Williams might play, but let's just say Luke Shaw. Yeah, that's Luke Shaw. In midfield, I would like Scott McTominay. I'm talking about my prediction now. So Oli can play his side, but I'm gonna talk about the prediction that I believe. Yeah, my prediction that I believe Oli will be playing. So I believe he might play Scott McTominay in the. I hope he doesn't play him as a defensive midfielder though. I hope so. I hope he plays Fred as the CDM. Scott McTominay as the box to box with Van de Beek. Van de Beek, yes. Van de Beek needs to start tomorrow. Mason Greenwood, I want him to start with Odeonigal up top and Marcus Rashford on the left wing. So that's my prediction. I know you guys know. Leave your prediction in the comment section down below on what's your what's your starting for Manchester United. What's your prediction for the start for the game tomorrow? Leave your comments down below in the comment section. And after this prolonged video, I'll I'll have you guys in the match reaction of the Luton, the Carabao Cup of the Luton, the first round of the Luton versus Manchester United game. That will be comments tomorrow. Check it tomorrow.